Okay, we're back. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. All right, so why is it on my screen? Okay, so I just want to say before we get started here with this next. Okay, I'm not a fan of games taking. Okay, so the main story is getting really interesting, right? Um, I'm not really a fan of when games force you to take a break from the main story to do something on the side. Side stories are meant to be there as optional choices for you to take a break from the main story, should you choose to. Not railroaded into, just cuz. I realize this is probably to give Amasawa backstory, but we're getting a lot of backstory for Amasawa through the school stories anyway, so...
Yagami-san, would you say that you tail people often?
I mean, it's a big part of the job.
Do you have any tips for avoiding the target's suspicion? I tend to get made fairly quickly when tailing.
What's an average high schooler tailing people for anyway?
I just can't help myself when I pick up a lead.
Kinda dangerous when you don't know your target, don't you think?
But in the end, isn't it worth it if I can prevent an incident?
No, not if it's something that puts your own life at risk.
I somehow hadn't considered that. I'm coming with you!
Regardless of their purpose, I still hate when forced side content is forced upon you rather than left completely off. It's called side content for a reason. Actually, I haven't gone into like... Also, if it's forced content, just make it part of the main story. Yeah. That's essentially what this is now.
What a waste.
I'm not saying that the storyline is going to be boring or stupid or anything like that, although it could be. That possibility definitely exists. I'm just... Oh, hang on. I gotta walk all the way there? You serious? I was just gonna grab the taxi. Hang on. Shut up, you'll be fine. You're in average high school, you can run. Actually, you're in average high school, you probably can't run. Pretty sure you shouldn't fucking start your turn and then pause in the middle of a turn like this. That feels incorrect. It'll be fine. Pretty sure I shouldn't jaywalk in front of oncoming cars. It'll be fine. Hey, Sturdy Iron. That was Tenny's nickname in college. Hug bomb. Hug bomb out. Homeostasis. Secret code.
ありがとうございます。
I like increased SP rates. You'll be fine, I promise. Jerry, do you ever just randomly find...
I had no idea you had such a famous grandfather.
Are you surprised?
No. If anything, it's obvious that you're his granddaughter.
Well, now I'm feeling the pressure.
As a descendant of Kitan Amasawa, you should become the kind of detective that make him proud.
For that to be possible, I need to take on as many cases as possible to hone my instincts.
But what if you blundered into a case and ended up making a fool of yourself? Would that make Grandpa proud?
The more I hold back, though, the more curious I get. Once I've caught a whiff of a mystery, the Amasawa blood in me starts pumping.
It's quite a burden you wound up inheriting.
Hey, Jeremy, it's quite the burden. Deska. Tenny, who's your favorite character in the game so far? I told you guys that I ended up getting the Kaito Files DLC, right? People, to go even more mellow, to get even more flavorful, unchanging, true delicious.
Pretty tasty, thanks.
Alright, cool. I was worried I hadn't mentioned it because, yeah. I know I told you guys I was going to get it, I just couldn't remember if I actually did tell you. By the way, I tried the Australia pulled pork sandwich thing there they had at McDonald's. It was pretty good. Oh, Yagami, Amasawa senpai. Ah, you're Kiten Amasawa sensei's grandchild, right?
It's a pleasure.
Yes, nice to meet you. I'm Kyoko Amasawa.
Domo.
Shimada. Mikio Shimada. My son told me about you. Thank you for being such a good senpai to him. I must say, I'm surprised to see I'm surprising you for the first time. You definitely have Amasawa blood in you. You're like a heroine ripped straight from one of his novels. I can already tell you're not just a nice face. You're smart as a whip too, aren't you? Oh, really? Come on, Dad, cut it out. Oh, my apologies. And who's this with you?
Yagami.
I'm Takayuki Yagami, outside counselor for the Mystery Research Club. I'm primarily a detective in Kamurocho. Oh, a genuine detective. This is getting better. The seasoned private eye trawling the seedy underbelly of the city with his wonderkind teen sidekick. Man, I already want to buy the whole series. I'm really sorry about my dad. Let's head inside, huh? The whole series is on sale. You ended up grabbing both Judgments and the Kaito Files for cheaper than one of the games normally costs. Excellent. Yeah, I was going to recommend that. Oh, there's a squirrel there. So, for the mystery at hand, may we see the unlucky cat statue?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Here. So, this is it. I brought it to a taping of that TV appraisal show a few days ago. They couldn't determine whether or not it belonged to Kitten Amasawa, though. But if it turns out to be the real deal, it's supposed to be worth 2 million yen. What? 2 million yen? I mean, considering its legacy, it's basically the holy grail of it to his fan base. But still, 2 million?
Amasawa.
Do you think you can tell if it's actually your grandfather's Amasawa? Please, feel free to inspect it. In that case, allow me... Oh, this deep red stain.
No way.
Is that from when your grandfather... no, it's from when I splashed ketchup on it when I was little.
What?
Ketchup? Yeah, I've been eating a hot dog in his study and got ketchup all over the room. How do you get ketchup all over the room from a hot dog? Well, eating may not be accurate. More like swinging it around like a sword. Okay. Still all over the room seems... I was really into this historical drama at the time, and my grandfather and I watched it together. Sounds like you were a little hellion as a kid.
That being said,
But the stain, I don't know if anyone else could make it clearer to me that this is my grandfather's statue. Woohoo, I knew it! We can get millions for this? Seriously? Wow, talk about the score of a lifetime.
excuse me.
Sorry if this question comes off across a bit strange, sir, but I must ask. Does this statue ever make noise? Maybe like a meow? Huh? Does my cat statue meow? What makes you ask?
Well,
Well, the thing is, on the night my grandfather died 7 years ago, I heard it. This cat, it meowed at me. Are you serious? I'm sorry, is this the supernatural phenomenon you referred to before? Yes. Could you give us some more details? Sorry, I know this must be very hard. No, I understand. We have to do it for the case. This is the first time I've seen Amasawa like this.
Amasawa.
You said your grandfather's death was ruled an accident, but was there even a slight chance that it was actually a crime? The police came and checked the scene, but they didn't find anything suspicious. Besides, a lot happened in a locked. Besides, it happened in a locked room. Not only was the door to the study inaccessible, but the crescent locks on all the windows were secure. A locked room, death, and a cursed statue. This is sounding more and more like one of Kitten Amasawa's books. What's a crescent lock? They're the most common kind of window locks in homes, for a reason. They get the job done. I doubt the windows were a point of entry for anyone that night. Oh, okay. Since the police didn't see any signs of break-in or even a struggle, they really had no recourse but to rule the death an accident. So it's doubtful this was burglary gone wrong. Afterwards, the unlucky cat creeped out of the whole family enough that my grandmother pawned it off. Unsurprisingly, the family lost track of the statue after that, so I never expected it to see it again like this.
Amasawa.
So you're saying you definitely heard the meow of a cat on the night of your grandfather died? I have no doubt. I believe it was around 1:30 in the morning. I woke up in the middle of the night to get a glass of water and passed by my grandfather's study. That was when I heard a meowing sound coming from the room. Did your grandparents have a cat? Or maybe it was a stray outside the window? No, they didn't have any cats, and I definitely would have known if a stray had gotten in. With Rampo in the yard, no cats would have gotten by without him barking up a storm. I distinctly remember the sound being loud enough to come from the room, not from outside the house.
Seriously?
Well,
Creepy. What's even creepier is, I can remember my grandfather telling me more than once, when that cat cries, misfortune comes calling.
What was that?
What? I was given strict orders to never approach the study if I ever heard a cat meowing in there. That's why, once I heard that cat, I ran back to my room and hid, terrified. Then the next day, my grandfather was... It must have been so hard. If I'd been brave enough to go into the room instead of running, maybe I could have prevented my grandfather from dying. 7 years ago, you were only about 11, right? Don't blame yourself for being scared. A truly artful detective can solve incidents before they even occur. I wonder if her grandfather's own incident has anything to do with Amasawa taking that saying so seriously. Her grandpa was a cat furry. Oh no. Shimada-san, thank you for going out of your way to help us today. Oh no, it's my pleasure. Did you find any clues? Maybe even a lead now? Unfortunately, I'm not so sure. Look out! What the? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I guess it wasn't secured all the way.
B.
Was that the unlucky
Unbelievable.
cat? No way. Dad, please. What's it gonna take me to get rid of the statue? Even I'm starting to get freaked out by this. Well, we should get home. Thanks again for today.
Excuse me.
Actually, sir?
Please and
Yes?
thank you.
Would you mind leaving the statue with us for a while? What? Leave it with you? Yes, until we can debunk the curse. But aren't you worried? This curse is starting to look pretty real deal to me. My grandfather once said curses only blight their believers. Did he now? Yes, he also said, you must never succumb to the marvel of a mystery. You must keep your wits about you. Despite my age, he imparted his philosophy of mystery solving to me before his death, and I hold the truth he shared with me in the highest regard. As Kitan Amasawa's grandchild, I cannot back down to these strange events and turn away from a genuine mystery. I refuse to believe in this curse, therefore it will have no effect on my pursuit of the truth. But still, not only that, this is a mystery that needs solving by an Amasawa. Oh, Amasawa-san. When I heard that meow 7 years ago, I ran from the truth, and the result was absolutely horrible. I'll never make the same mistake again. Okay, if that's the case, I'll leave it with you. Please find a way to break the curse before something
Thank
bad
you very
happens
much.
again. Thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me.
By the way, I heard that you bought the statue from a friend who runs a secondhand shop. Which one would that be? Ibisu Pon in Injicho. Ibisu Pon. Got it. I'll go speak with him now. Thanks. I was really into this case. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, considering... Well, I should step up my advising efforts for her on this one. Does she think Yuri and Flynn are fucking? Because she'd be right. Ibisu Sensei running a pawn shop on the side. Yep. Alright.
Signal's weak. this mean?
The scrolls receiving a transmission.
Coming from this way. Here we go. Bingo.
This is the source of the signal. Camo paint, brown. Excellent. I figure we'll grab those as we see them, as that might be where I get some of these, where we get some of these skill books that I'm missing. I do know where at least one more of them is. Possibly two. There was one on the ground somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where that was. And there's one up by, fuck is that place? Hinagawa Park. Ibisu Pond's right here, by the way, so it won't take us very long to get over there. Nani Matendale? Oh, you fuck. Get destroyed. Ishibashi. Yeah, Matsui. Can you get your points for fighting for the game fast veto? You have more games for Sass to veto. Yes, hang on. Let me do that real quick. Reject. I actually was going to potentially accept it, but I wasn't 100% on that yet. As I don't know if that game actually has a story or not. I was just fucking with you. But at the same time, I really don't want to play a Beyblade game. Like, I can't imagine that being fun. Passable rubber. I need super durable rubber for my team. Ah, yes. Well, these are like... I actually don't really like the, well, that was sick. Alright. Okay, so the EX skills while in, Crane are pretty sick, but the actual fighting stance doesn't seem that good because you can't break through guards that easily, and everything in this fucking game guards excessively. You're gonna find a game that that won't be fun. That doesn't have a that does have a story. Well, see, I might still veto it then too, because if it's not a game that I think stream will enjoy, I'll also possibly not play it. Oh, is this a bad time? I'm from the Yagami Detective Agency, Takayuki Yagami. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh, a detective?
It's a pleasure.
I'm his assistant, Kyoko Amasawa. You're his assistant, a high schooler? Is there a problem?
Yeah.
No, not particularly. What is it you wanted to ask? We're looking into this lucky cat statue from Mikiya Shimada-san. He says he knows you? Ah, this is for Shimada-san. Would you mind if I ask? How did you first come to acquire the statue? This pawnbroker friend of mine closed up his shop, so I bought his remaining inventory. He couldn't get vouch for the statue's authenticity, though. Well, we know it's the real thing now, but maybe we oughtn't to fill him in on that. Might make a mess of things. You don't happen to know who sold the cat to your friend originally, do you? Nah, sorry. He told me it's been passed around a bunch before it ended up in his shop, but he didn't know any specifics. Probably why he couldn't authenticate the thing. I see. Thanks anyway. Oh, one last question. This might sound odd, but when you still had the statue in the shop, did anything strange ever happen here?
Eh?
Strange? You mean the curse? Nah, I don't buy into that stuff. Nothing ever happened here to make me change my mind either. Nothing at all? You sure? Nope. The guy I got the statue from never mentioned anything any of the sort, although I suppose he might have just not wanted to sound crazy. Oh, I see.
Yagami-san.
Does this mean the so-called curse didn't begin until Shimada-kun's father acquired the statue? Yeah, sounds like it anyway. What? Smoke?
Yagami-san.
Are you
It's on
serious?
fire. Huh? Really? Get the fire extinguisher! Yeah. We got the fire out right away, but seriously, we have no idea where it came from. Just whoosh, out of nowhere. Ooh, I'm glad that didn't get any worse.
Can't be.
What do you think started that fire? I have to say the number of incidents around this guy is getting ridiculous. I don't think this is coincident at all anymore. Hang on, do you smell something? Gasoline? Gas? That would mean there's a chance the fire earlier was actually arson. Agreed. Yagami, son, what do you say we research the scene really quick, before the police get here? Yeah. Let's try to observe for any traces in the area. Keep sharp for any sign, anything like gasoline trails or containers. Like how this... I like how he's just gonna A pose there while we do this. Alright, let's do this. It's gonna have cameras. I don't see anything that, like, noteworthy. You can actually walk a fair distance away, too. Yeah, I have no idea what it wants me to look at. Nothing looks out of the ordinary here. Oh, there you go. Ah, right here. Okay. What's this? Something was dripping
If
here.
I were to guess,
I'd wager it's gasoline based on the color and smell. Yeah, it goes all the way to the alley. Let's see if we can track it.
Suspicious.
Some random bottle just left there. Plastic bottle? Inside. More gasoline smell.
which means
Yeah.
Does this mean... Yeah, the fire at the pawn shop was actually arson. Who's the culprit and why? No idea, but let's fill in the policing and the guy at the shop on what we found first. Hey, Cheshire! How did you not notice the fire start? Yeah.
excuse me.
Yagami-san, how should we proceed with the investigation from here? Well, now that we know the fire at the pawn shop was intentionally set, what I'd love to do is pin down our little firebug. Pin them down how exactly?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about them, but they're obviously after the statue. Maybe we can just lure him out somehow? A solid enough idea. Where should we start? It's probably his son. I suppose just meandering around town ought to do it. Considering how quickly the pawn shop was hit, I can't imagine it taking long. I see, some genuine hard-boiled legwork, eh? A lot riskier than my usual investigations. Yeah, it's definitely going to be more dangerous than I like. That's why you ought to head back to... I think not. Please allow me to continue on the case. Yamasawa, this is...
Please and thank you.
I need to solve this myself, Yagami-san. Please.
Gotcha.
Okay, but you really have to be careful. And keep your distance when we're in public. Got it? I'm basically a walking tragedy magnet carrying around the
Yes.
thing. Yes, I promise I'll be safe. Oh, so, where should we head first? Preferably some where it makes it easy to watch our backs while we kill time. How about we play darts?
What?
You want to play darts? Why? Only one person has to take their eye off their surroundings at a time. And if someone does come after us, you can always counter with some darts to his face. Okay, I have to give you points for the overall plan, but darts to the face? Make no mistake, I'm actually quite good at the game. My aim's solid enough to be able to hit a human head.
Nope.
So, I think it'd be best if I handle any incoming threats, and you just don't say that kind of thing to someone, maybe? Right, well, after you? Well, we're not out here to play games, but the case has also been a pretty big weight on Emisawa, so maybe it'd do her some good to blow off some steam. I'm concerned that she's good enough to throw darts at someone's face. Sure, let's play for a bit. Keep your eyes peeled for any suspicious individuals along the way, especially if they're approaching you. I'll be careful. At least this is a small place. We'll definitely see if anyone coming for us here. He loves making me play darts, apparently.
Let's do this, Yagami-san.
I'm not gonna hold back.
I'm gonna hold back.
Nice.
Ooh. Fuck. Alright.
Yep.
I'm doing better than I did against Emily. And we get bull. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. So she's not quite as good as Emily, but still pretty damn good. She hit the board. Excuse me? Why did I go that far off base?
Nice.
Again. Nice one. That was terrible. Alright, so if I can land a bull twice and a 15, that'll be great.
No way.
She's got a bull. I'm not denouncing a high school at darts.
Okay.
She's kicking my ass. She's gonna win.
Yep.
Fuck, why did I push the button then? That was dumb.
Nice.
Alright. I have to get 12. You see, this is where she wins. She's hustling. See, she's hustling. Alright, I don't know how to do
My
this,
turn.
so... I can't just throw a 12, can I? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know where to throw it. I don't know anything about darts, so other than throw at the center.
No way.
Not not doing so hot.
Perhaps some practice is in order?
I suck.
She won. She hustled me. It's fine. I don't care. Lost. Don't give up your day job, Yakuza-san. Love to see someone's pleased with how that went. So, did you see any suspicious shit? I kind of got too into the game and forgot to look around. Oh, come on. You seriously weren't looking? I guess I sort of got into the zone there too, though. Looks like the darts didn't make for the best cover activity. We should shift gears. What would work better for us? Good idea. Where could we watch out for potential assailants? How about the batting? Oh my fucking god.
If I were to guess...
We'll still be able to see anyone approaching us. In fact, this will be better than darts. If one person does all the batting, the other can observe our surroundings. It's the exact same as the darts! Oh, gay bitch. Welcome. I like your name. It is a very, very interesting name. And even better, a bat makes for a much more effective defense weapon than darts. I see. Well, I'll handle the defensive part for us, but let's go over there before something bad can happen to us.
Speaking of burdens, have you been studying for your exams?
That's
That
funny.
is something I try not to think about too much. Obsessing over rote memorization would affect my reasoning skills.
Well, I reason that you shouldn't let your club activities get in the way of your studies.
I admit that's also something I try not to think about.
That doesn't sound like the Amasawa I know. Gotta face the facts sometime.
No, stop it!
Oh, brother.
Are we in,
You're off the...
Yeah, we're in Chinatown. Okay. The batting center is way the fuck across town. You wanted me to walk all... Oh my... I hate this quest. This is... Okay, so not only do they force me out of what's actually interesting to do this, which unfortunately isn't all that interesting, they fucking force me into minigames. All the English Yakuza games that I've played have been pretty solid overall on the voice acting. In fact, I rarely ever find a game where I think the English voice acting is that bad. Now, we have played some that are terrible. But the English is, it's generally pretty solid. And I'm just getting to the end of this street here before we take our next break. Shut up. You'll be fine. You're a high school student. All right. So either I gotta go up here and around, or down and around. Well, I'm gonna go down because there's a boss enemy up there. And then we'll take our break and then we'll continue. That's another thing. And then they give me an NPC who whines and complains when I run. Like they thought of this quest and were like, how do we make this as annoying as possible? The worst experience we can possibly make for the player. Anyway, we're gonna save our game here. Let me skip this one. What are we gonna do? We're gonna save up 10,000. Okay. Alright, we'll save our game here, and we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in just a minute or two with some more Lost Judgment. Don't go anywhere.